So guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a pretty good hybrid that I made whilst at the FIFA 19 capture event. The squad as a whole I think will be relatively cheap, but there are a couple of players in it who might be a bit pricey at the start of FIFA. Anyway, before we get into the team, I do have to say a massive thank you to EA and the Game Changers Network for allowing me to participate at the FIFA 19 capture event, because obviously without that invite I wouldn't be able to bring you guys this content. Anyway, before we get into the squad, if you could leave a like on the video, that would be muchly appreciated. Comment below your thoughts on the team, and if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. So, let's get into the actual team, shall we? So in goal, we're going to go with Hitz, but if you wanted to, you could go with Berkey. But like I said, we're going to go with Marwin Hitz, one of the new Borussia Dortmund goalkeepers. Now, not the most amazing of goalkeepers, but he's got a good height and decent stats, and I think he is a good starter team goalkeeper option. At right centre-back, we're going to use a hyperlink, and we're going to bring in Akanji. Now, this guy, I don't think will be like super cheap at the start, but there are a lot of Bundesliga cheap a lot of good Bundesliga fast centre-backs. So, although I don't think Akanji will be discarded, I do think he'll be relatively cheap, even with that 80 pace for a centre-back, which, by the way, what a card he has. At right back, you're starting to see why I've got all the Swiss players now. We are going to go with Kevin Mbabu. Had an amazing Team of the Season card in FIFA 18 and has a pretty good non-informed starter card in FIFA 19. This guy will be cheap due to his league. He is hard to get into teams, but if you can get him in, he'll be worth it. Fast, tall, strong, good defensively, very good right back option. At right centre mid, we are going to go with Zakaria, a Bundesliga Swiss centre mid. Now, his card is very well rounded. It looks pretty good. He'd probably be probably better in the CDM position, but we're going to use him as a centre mid. The shooting sucks, but everywhere else is very well rounded. Not a bad card. He's also 6 foot, so for those aerial battles, he will be decent. Moving on to the left centre back, we're going to use a very popular centre back in the form of Koscielny, who is now an 82 rated non-rare. So he's had a bit of a downgrade, and now he is non-rare. But still going to be very popular this year, and he's still a very good centre-back despite the downgrade. And obviously the pace of 65, although it doesn't look amazing, I think it's good enough. At left-back, you can go with any Premier League left-back that you want, but I went with Masuaku because he's fast, he's got decent strength, and decent defensive attributes. And I think those three things are key in a cheap starter team defender. Masuaku ticks all the boxes, so pretty solid backline to be honest. Masuaku, Koscielny, Akanji and Mbabu, very nice and should be relatively cheap in my opinion. Anyway, let's move on and let's add some more players into that midfield. At left centre mid, we're going to go with Tottenham's Moussa Sissoko. Now, this card's class, it's so well rounded, it is ridiculously well rounded. When using this guy, he reminded me of like a cheap Yaya Toure of previous FIFAs. He's tall, he's quick, good defensive attributes, and decent on the ball. His skill moves and weak foot suck, but his in-game technical attributes are pretty good. Now, I'm fully aware the defending stats don't look too great, but because he's tall and strong, he wins a lot of battles in midfield. Moving on to the central centre mid spot, Granit Xhaka is the player. Now, I know a lot of people are looking at this team right now thinking, Kieron, Granit Xhaka, look at his pace, he looks terrible. Granit Xhaka is good, and if you don't believe me, stay for the footage and you'll see that Granit Xhaka is a good centre mid in FIFA 19. Trust me. Most of you who have been subscribed to this channel for a while know I'm a massive pace whore. I would not use Xhaka if he wasn't good enough. He's good enough. And like I said, stay for the clips if you have doubts. Moving on to the cam spot. We go with Fornals. I've probably got his name wrong, and I apologise if so, but that's what we're going to go with. Pablo is what we'll name him. 81 rated non-rare cam. Doesn't look anything too special, but he's actually got some pretty good technical stats, and you'll see that in a moment when we look at his attributes. So for a cheap player who I imagine will be 1,000 coins max, I think he puts in a pretty good shift, so I'm happy with that. Now we get onto the strikers. This is where the team's going to get a bit pricey. At left striker, we're going to go with Yedder, who always has a pretty OP card in Ultimate Team, and FIFA 19 is no exception. He's fast, he's got very good balance, he's got a 5-star weak foot, and his finishing is very, very good. He's also got high work rates, which is nice. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, awesome. Yedder will not be cheap, and rightly so, because he's very freaking good, as you'll see in the upcoming clips. But the star of the squad is actually the right striker. It is this man, Inaki Williams, who is now a striker, and a very good one at that. He is quick, he is strong, he's got very good shot power, and he wins plenty of aerial battles. Inaki Williams is going to be one of the better strikers on FIFA 19, I am telling you now. And if this guy starts getting informs, it's going to be an amazing card. It will be an amazing card. It's a shame he doesn't have a better weak foot, but it's a class card, and I don't think he'll be cheap at the start of FIFA. He'll obviously go down once a lot of packs get opened, but yeah, he's going to be pretty expensive. In the comments below, let me know how much you think Inaki Williams cost. I think he'll be pretty pricey, but I think he'll also be worth it. Anyway, guys, that is my hybrid squad. I hope you like the look of it. Let's get into some games and talk about how this team performed. Okay, so heading into a match, I'm actually going to show you guys the first game that I played with this team. We matched up against this cheapish looking hybrid, which, you know, the teams were fairly closely matched. So, early on in the game, Xhaka, the ball has fallen to him. He has a strike, but unfortunately it is saved by Begovic. And by the way, Begovic in this match has an absolutely amazing performance. As you can see here, I conceded the penalty, which I wasn't too happy about because I made the tackle and unfortunately my player followed through. But Marwin Hitz was up to the challenge and makes a good save from the spot. So moving on, 15 minutes on the clock, we break away with Inaki Williams and Yedder. We cut the ball back on Zappacosta, have a shot. Unfortunately, the shot isn't great. That is completely my fault for panicking and shooting too early. But we sure took our chance because moments later, we ended up conceding. A nice finish from Lautaro Martinez, the Serie A striker, puts us at a 1-goal deficit. So, you know, FIFA 19, take your chances or you're going to get punished. Xhaka wins the ball in midfield and sets us up on another attack. Inaki Williams through on goal, has a strike, but is unfortunate. It actually wasn't a bad strike, but it did sail over the bar. Moments later though, we do make a tackle, but we don't win the ball, and eventually, after some very poor defending from myself, the ball is in the back of the net. I do feel that Marwin Hitz should have saved that, but you know what, credit to my opponent, he stayed cool, calm and composed, and eventually put the ball in the back of the net. So, we were 2-0 down. We were 2-0 down and we needed something. Yedder unlucky with that attempt there. Good save there from Begovic. But we kept the pressure on, we kept attacking. Inaki Williams with a good chance, but once again, a very good save from Begovic. His feet were stopping everything. Xhaka wins the ball in midfield and starts us off on another attack. The ball is played through to Yedder, who gives it back to Inaki Williams, who is through on goal. We need a goal at this point, but once again, Begovic's feet stop the shot. He was on fire in this match. Eventually, we are going to beat Begovic, though, with this strike from Sissoko, which was right in the corner. Absolutely fantastic strike from the 76 rated midfielder. I told you, he is pretty good. But moments later, we could have been 3-1 down. Just like that. The game could have been out of our hands. But we kept the pressure on. And Mbabu down the wing, whips in the ball. It's a low cross, but it comes to no one. Not the best cross. Yedder's then going to put it back across goal, but nobody is home. Sissoko to Zakaria. The ball is just getting ping-ponged everywhere until Yedder puts it across the box, and then Mbabu, of all people, the right back, gets his foot on it and brings us level. It's a very scrappy goal, but I will take it. I was 2-0 down. I was willing to take whatever kind of goal I could produce. Of all people, Kevin Mbabu popping up with a goal to give us the equaliser. But then we have a chance to win it later on. In injury time, it's Yedder, but once again, Begovic comes up big and makes the stop. So we do head to extra time. And we do have a chance here with Zakaria. But once again, Begovic with another save. He was on fire in this match. Pablo Fornals is very tired, but he's involved in this attack and eventually gets the assist because he plays the ball through to Inaki Williams, who gets good timing on his shot and powers the shot into the corner, out of the reach of Begovic. And for the first time in this game, despite being 2-0 down, we take the lead. And at this point, I'm just like, just got to defend. It's going to be tough. The pressure was on. Kite Balde Diao was through on goal, and how about this block from Akanji? If Akanji does not make that block, the attacker scores, and you know, we might not go on to win the game. But as you can see, time's running out, and eventually the full-time whistle blows, and we get the 3-2 win. From 2-0 down to 3-2 up, we get the win. Mad game. So that was the first game that I played with this squad. In the background right now are just some more goals that I scored with this team. As a whole, I've got to say, I was very impressed with quite a few players. Moussa Sissoko is an amazing centre mid. Mbabu is really good at right back. And Yedder and Inaki Williams are brilliant striker options. So I'll definitely be using a bunch of these players when the full release of FIFA comes out. And luckily, most of them will be cheap too. Like Akanji, he was class at centre back. And I'm sure he'll be very popular in this year's Ultimate team. Anyway guys, we're coming to the end of the video now. If you have enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like on it, comment below your thoughts on the squad, and obviously subscribe if you're new around here. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.